We are back, and Dwyane Wade lifting the Larry O'Brien Trophy for the second time in his career. Look at the smile on the face of D. Wade. He had 20 points and 8 rebounds in Game 5, and here he is at the podium, champion again.
2.
DWYANE.
Dean in the second row.
Dean Blevins, KWTV, Oklahoma City. Dwyane, what did you guys do defensively in this game against Russell? It seemed like he could not penetrate the way he did in that previous game, and he went 4 for 20.
First of all, my mama would tell me I got to thank my Lord and Savior for this opportunity to be up here with this trophy next to me. And what we did with Russell, we went back, we looked at the film of Game 4. We seen that, he had an amazing game, but he had an amazing game as well because we didn't do our job, and that's to make sure that he didn't see, too many open gaps. So what we try to do is we try to get in the gaps and just try to make it as tough as possible. I mean, he is, like I said in the beginning of the series, he's one of the most, if not the most athletic guy, especially guard in the league. So we just closed in a little bit, and we made him kick it and made him get to something else.
Chris?
Dwyane, Chris Thomas and Fox Sports. Can you just talk about, since the big three all signed in the summer of 2010, people said it wouldn't work, what have you. Does this show people that it would, and how much harder has the process maybe been than you thought it would be? Just talk about the process and getting to this point.
Man, this process is unbelievably hard, and I don't care who you put on a team. To be a champion, it would be the hardest thing you do in sports. So, 2 years ago, putting this team together, obviously we all expected it to be a little easier than it was, but we had to go through what we had to go through last year. We needed to, and as much as it hurt, we had to go through that pain and that suffering to get to this point of this season and the rest of our careers together. We take nothing for granted. So, like I said, that series versus Dallas hurt, but it was their time, man. I went back last night, I watched the Game 6 of the finals, and it was their time. The shots they was hitting was unbelievable. And I looked at it and said, you know what, it wasn't our time. And tonight, it was our time.
Tim on the left.
Dwyane, 6 years ago, you were 24 and infallible, and everything was perfect. And there's been a lot of not perfect since. The team was the worst in the league. Your personal life, everyone knows a lot of the deal there. How much more do you think you're going to appreciate this one?
Man, so much more. I've been through a lot, and that 15-win season professionally it hurt. Laughing stock of the league, coming off a championship. But what I dealt with personally is undescribable in a sense. But I believe, and I have an unbelievable family. I have an unbelievable core, unbelievable support of friends and loved ones, man. And to be back here with this trophy sitting next to me 6 years later, I'm blessed, I'm lucky to be put in the position I am. So I'm going to enjoy this one a lot more than I enjoyed 2006, because when you get there early, you say, oh, man, yeah, we're going to do this again next year. No, this is not guaranteed right here, man. So, you have to enjoy this, and we will do that.
Ira?
Dwyane, Ira Winderman, South Florida Sun Sentinel. Knowing what you went through and to get a championship and what it felt like for LeBron, to live with him the last 2 years, to hear everything from outside, how rewarding is it to you to see your good friend get it? And can you just take us a little bit inside? How difficult was it for him? And at the darkest hours, what was it like, what you saw?
Man, I think into this season, when we had a team meeting, and for the first time I heard LeBron James open up, and he kind of let us in on what it's like to be LeBron James. None of us really know, and I said, as one of his close friends, I said, wow, I don't deal with that, and I deal with a lot. So to be here, man, and see him get his first championship, I'm so happy for him. I don't know if I could be happy for another guy, for another man, to succeed in life as I am for him. I know what he's went through, to get to this point. And I know when we got together, a lot of people didn't agree with it. but me and him did. Me and him wanted it. We wanted to play together because we knew we can help each other both get what we want, and that's to become a champion once again. So, I'm proud of him. He really took being the best player in the league to another level, and he did it all season long, man. And thanks to him, we all able to celebrate it once again.
Israel.
Dwyane, a couple of things. Can you explain just you played a different role in winning a championship this year than you did last year as basically the lead guy on your own. Last title. And then after that, if you could just go through the moments you had with your sons before and after the game, and then what you and Pat Riley talked about out there on the stage.
Well, yeah, I played a different role, man. It's been well documented. I had to. Last season, I felt that it was too much questions in our mind and our head. And guys looking at each other, not want to step on each other's toes. And this year, man, I know I'm playing with the best player in the world, and that doesn't take anything away from me at all. I've been, like I said, I've played with a guy who is a Hall of Famer. So I know how to be first, and I know how to be second, and whatever else. So it was hard for me to do it, and no one will understand, but it was easy for me to do it for this team. And the moments I share with my sons, man, it's just, just what we share all the time. Every time I leave the house, I love them guys so much. If it wasn't for them, I don't know if I would be able to do what I do and continue to keep striving and pushing. They're the reason, that I can wake up every morning and look myself in the mirror is because of them. And so I'm glad they can experience this, and I'm glad they can be a part of this. And Coach Riley, we did it again, and so special. Been here 9 years, been in the finals 3 times in those 9 years, and to be back here on the mountaintop is very special, man. So I'm glad that we can continue to add to his unbelievable legacy, as a coach, as a president. So we just sharing those moments.
Last 2 quick ones on this side.
Steve Ashburner, NBA.com. When you cut through what your coach always refers to as the noise, what is it about this team's relationship with Eric Spoelstra that makes that dynamic work and gets you guys to this point?
Coach Spoelstra he's an unbelievable hard worker, and one thing he never let us do this year, and we always said, but he never let us feel like we was better than what we was, even last season. And he never made us feel like we was better than what we was. He never gave us an excuse. We came in, he never said, well, we lost the game because of you guys didn't get calls, or we lost the game because of this and that. He came in and said, own up to it. We lost the game because we didn't do enough. And we took that mentality on. We took the mentality of our leader on. And we was able to get through anything, fight through anything to get to this point. This was hard. This wasn't easy, man. This was hard. And thanks to him, we was able to stick with it, continue to believe in each other, and get it done.
Last question right here.
Bob Barry, KFOR Oklahoma City. Dwyane, congrats to you, but if you could, since you were there last year, now the Thunder has been in finals once. What do you expect from them next year to have gained from this experience?
Well, they're going to gain a lot. It's scary to see those young guys, man, and to be in this position. I mean, they're so talented. They have an unbelievable, bright future ahead, but, one thing I've learned, nothing is promised. You have to seize every moment, and, when I seen them guys, KD and Russell, walking off the stage, I said, man, hopefully we'll see y'all next year. Again, I mean, this was one of the best finals. When you talk about matchups, you talk about everyone tuning in and want to see, because these are 2 teams that in the summer, everyone said they should be in the finals, and we lived up to the billing. So, they're going to be around for a while, and we would love to be around just as long and just as much.
Thanks, Dwyane.
Thank you.
LeBron will be next.